What's up, guys? Welcome back. In today's video we have a very interesting set using an interesting Pokemon, as you've seen in the thumbnail. So shout out to one of my patrons who suggested Shadow Marshtomp. Definitely an interesting Pokemon, and if you don't have like a good Swampert, for example, this could be a great alternative, as Shadow Mudkips are still currently in the Rocket Stops. So before we get to that though, I got some things to mention about the last video. One, I did leave out, when talking about the probability of getting a Night Slash boost, I forgot to put on the text on the screen, at least one. So the probability of getting at least one Night Slash out of X number of tries, that's called like the complements, you know, it's talking about complements and probability. When you have A equaling at least one event occurring, the complement of A is none of that events occurring. So it's kind of boring, but to calculate it, if you do, like, let's say 3 tries, you basically do the probability of not getting it 3 times, which would be 7/8 times 7/8 times 7/8. Subtract that from 1, you get your probability of getting at least one Night Slash boost out of 3 tries. So what you'll find is the more you do it, obviously the higher your probability is. So there's that. Second thing is, I got the stupid shiny Skarmory's in my head. At quick glance, I just thought it was a Tropius, and so there was a comment I made in the last video where I said I should have thrown a gunk shot at the Skarmory. Again, I was thinking Tropius, you know, I just misspoke. It happens a lot, but there's that, and then a lot of people were asking, how do you deal with the fighter leads with that team that I showcased with the Obstagoon lead and Bastiodon that does leave me double weak to fighting, and I looked at my screen recordings. Actually, there was I went on a 20 game streak of not running into a single fighter lead. So this was in the beginning of the season, which kind of speaks to the point of, like, you need to study the meta. You need to kind of keep your eyes open on what is popular at the time. At that time, the hype was like Mew, the hype was Galvantula, and the hype was like the Grass Hole teams, which is why I picked Obstagoon as a lead. Had I been running into a lot of fighter leads, I would have shifted my team accordingly, and you do need to do that when you're trying to get streaks going and go Battle League. So it's definitely important to note that, yes, that team was weak to fighting. If you run into a fighter lead, you're most likely not going to win, but that happens a lot. It happens a lot. So anyways, last thing, I know there's a lot to talk about, but yesterday I didn't upload. I spent a lot of time yesterday trying to study and learn how to do Twitch, because I had never streamed on Twitch before. So, you know, I linked my Prime account yesterday, or today actually, but I was like learning about emotes and just learning about gifting subs. I was just trying to, like, you know, immerse myself in Twitch, which is why I didn't get to a video yesterday, but I will be getting to a video tomorrow as well as today. But yeah, I'm trying to stream on Twitch. I'm just trying to get my stuff set up to make sure I'm doing it right. So if anyone wants to help me out, you could hit me up on Twitter if you have any good tips. I really would appreciate it. But without further ado, let's just get into the battles. And I'm going to put the screenshot up of me in the beginning of the season. I thought I could disguise myself, but the algorithm saw right through that and just matched me up with a bunch of rank 10s. And so yeah, I had a hard time of it. But anyways, let's get into the actual first battle, and we will get started. So, Shadow Marshtomp, great substitute for Swampert, and the reason I was using it is because I was running into a lot of Bastiodon leads and also Galvantula leads. I wanted something that can kind of at least put pressure on them, and also, like, Obstagoon wasn't really working very well, so I wanted to try this team, and again, one of my patrons suggested it, said it was really good, and running Sludge on it, not Sludge Bomb, but Sludge, for that Azumarill coverage. And you can see here they switch into a Zviolus, and we come in with Frostlass to counter it, but we do got to watch out for the Dark Pulse. So that's why I shield here, and it was a good shield. I'm just going to try to out-spam it. Powder Snow is very spammy, so it is good to have that move. That's why a lot of people use Abomasnow. At this point in time, I didn't have my Abomasnow maxed. Otherwise, I probably would have used that. But Frostlass is a pretty good alternative. Shadow Ball hits very neutral hits very hard and hits for neutral damage on a lot of Pokemon. So it's a very good move, but it is a little glassy. So, you know, you got to be careful. You're not going to be able to, like, steamroll teams unless you can get lucky. But it's a pretty fun Pokemon to use, which is why I'm using it. You could also use Crunch on it, which is not bad. But Shadow Ball is probably a little bit better, just because it can hit. You could definitely hit Azumarill a lot harder with that. if you do run into it. Okay, so Deoxys is back in, and we're gonna come in with, I believe, Marshtomp, because we have a charge move ready to go. So we're gonna throw Surf, and yeah, getting hit by any move from this Shadow does very, very big chunks of damage. And like Hydro Cannon, it only takes 4 Mud Shots to get to the second Surf, just like Hydro Cannon. So it's very, very spammy and very, hard hitting when you combine all those together. And so we're gonna be able to clean up this last match because none of Deoxys charge moves will do any damage. So we take game 1. And game 2, get ready, because I pull off this switch I've been trying to pull off so many times, and I have not been successful. I finally get it in this game, so get ready. Oh man, I was proud of this moment. But so we lead into another Whiscash, it looked like. So yeah, I've been running into a lot of Whiscash leads lately, probably because a lot of people are running that Bastiodon, lead Grasshole team. But we can definitely hang with this Whiscash if we can land a charge move, and we did land that first one, so we're gonna go for it again. But I'm anticipating a shield here just because they don't want to get like totally destroyed in the lead matchup. But I also don't want to lose the lead matchup, but I decided to tank one Mud Bomb just to see how much damage it does. This was one of my first times using this Pokemon. I did a couple practice battles, but it wasn't even maxed out at the time. So we get the shield though, so that's great. So now I really want to win this matchup, so I'm going to shield because we'll match shields. And so we both have no shields. As long as I can get to this attack first, then we got this. Okay, so we got to Surf first. We're going to knock out this Whiscash, and check out your boy JRskatr with this play here. I must pat myself on the back because I've been trying to do this so many times and I've not succeeded. Finally pulled it off right here, so you're going to see what happens. So I throw another Surf. Again, that Registeel looked like it was trying to farm, and so that can backfire because look at how much damage we did. We almost knocked out the Registeel. And then watch this. Boom. So we pull off a quick 1-2 switch. I don't even know if there's a name for that, but yeah, totally psyched out my opponent. And then they realized they wasted their charge move, and that was going to be good games there, so they concede the match. Man, I was going crazy after that one. I was so happy because I've been trying to do that for so long, and I never succeeded. Finally succeeded with pulling off that charge move. Anyways, game 3, we have another pretty good lead. They switch, and this is looking like maybe a Grasshole team here, but the thing about Cherim is tough to play against. It is so spammy with Bullet Seed, and Weather Ball does super effective damage. So even if I came in with an Abomasnow or something, like, I still got to be careful with these. So I do decide to tank this next one, but it does a big chunk of damage. So now I'm trying to win back switch advantage, and so I have to do as much as I can here. And they have another shield, so I'm gonna have to shield this one because I just want a shot to win this this secondary matchup. And let's see, we start to lag. So you can see that's what I'm talking about. It wasn't like horrible lag. So a lot of people have been talking about, especially using Samsung phones, that their game has just been like totally unplayable. But luckily for iPhone users, it's still pretty decent. But the plus side is if you do have an Android phone, you could go to that website. It's like APK Mirror, and I forget if that's the actual URL, but you can download prior versions of the game and install it in your phone so that you can like kind of, skip over all this nonsense. A lot of people have been doing that, and they've been able to play Go Battle League because of that. But yeah, so it looks like we lost that matchup. Yeah, this team wasn't really... Maybe I said I don't have a lot of practice, but yeah, that Grasshole team definitely wrecked us there. So we're going into Game 4 with a 2-1 record, and we run into a Galvantula. This is another reason I wanted to lead with Marshtomp, because the ground moves do neutral damage, but we can charge pretty quick, and we can definitely hang with this Galvantula. We do got to watch out for Lunge. Lunge will do a ton of damage, but we can still get to charge moves pretty quick and put pressure on that Pokemon. So I'm staying in here. I'm just going to keep fighting it as much as I can, and it looks like we're doing okay because they didn't shield, and so I believe I shield here. Not sure if this is the best move or not. I'm just thinking I could beat it to a charge move and then hopefully knock it out if they don't decide to save their shield, or to use their shield. And so that's what I'm hoping for, and luckily they decide to save their shield, so we win switch advantage. And now we're going up against a Swampert, so I can just throw Surf against it. It's kind of like getting hit with a Hydro Cannon. It's going to do a big chunk of damage. Of course, not as much as Hydro Cannon, but I mean, you can see there we almost got Swampert down to 50%. So I'm happy with the performance of this little guy. The Shadow version hits so hard, which is awesome. And so now I do gotta take this Hydro Cannon. It's gonna do a big chunk of damage. Again, Frostlass is not tanky at all. So I definitely think if I were to try this team again, I'm gonna make some tweaks. Maybe try Abomasnow. Maybe, you know, or just maybe try something different. But you got to have that grass coverage because you're double weak to grass. With Marshtomp, you need to have coverage for that. So whether you go with flying or fire or poison or something or bug, you need something that can fight back against the grass. So yeah. Anyways, Galarian Stunfisk coming in to knock out the Swampert, and then we go up against another Stunfisk. This is perfect. We can throw an Earthquake, but yeah, we're not going to win this one, I don't think. Maybe we win the last game? I thought we won this game. Turns out we do not. So maybe it's the last game that we win. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna have to take that Earthquake. That was a very, very close game though. So I'm kind of happy with its performing. I know I can do better. And then we run into the Bastiodon lead, which is one of the common leads. So I'm getting my switch tray window open. I go in with Frostlass. This is good because we can pretty much knock it out with a Shadow Ball. But Avalanche also hits hard too. And so I'm going to throw Avalanche here just to see if I can get a shield. But look how much damage it did. So we're doing pretty good. I got to watch out for Rock Slide. So I'm going to throw the shield up. And then we're going to have to... I think we're with an Avalanche range. So really I didn't even need to go Shadow Ball. I could just double Avalanche and take care of it. If they shield, then I'm going to have to probably shield this one because I don't want to lose switch advantage. So let's see if I do that. Yeah, so I do shield. And I could almost maybe farm down. Let's see. We do resist those fighting moves. We hit some lag, and then they switch out. So that was very interesting that they switched out right at the last second, because it kind of was like I won switch advantage. Because now I can come back in with Shadow Marshtomp, and you're going to see how much damage this Surf does if I can land one, which I have 2 of them ready, so I should be able to land one big chunk of damage. And so this will finish out. In fact, I didn't really... After I landed that, I was like, oh crap, I probably shouldn't have thrown that. So what I did was I didn't charge it, and then I was able to get a couple more mud shots off. So now I can throw a Sludge at the Meganium, and this will do a nice chunk of damage as well because it's super effective. And so right now I'm really happy with this Marshtomp. It's totally doing work on this team. This will probably go shielded, I imagine. No, not shielded. Okay, so that Meganium is pretty much dead. I'm going to have to take a Frenzy Plant here, but that's fine. Because, yeah, it's going to knock us out. But we're going to knock it out in one move, and then, yeah, their Deoxys goes down. So we win that last game to go 3-2. Again, I didn't have a lot of practice at this point, so I do see potential with this Pokemon. Shadow Marshtomp in the lead. It's kind of like leading with Swampert, which lately, with the meta, has been very, very good as a lead. A lot of top-ranked players are using that, so I do think there's some potential here. So if you want to give it a try, and you build a really good, like a really solid team around it, and you want to submit your battle, the link to my email is in the description. That's not a link, it's just my email address. I don't know why I say that, out of habit, I guess. But if you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.